All right, there we go. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It is another motherfucking Wednesday. We got a lot of shit going on. In case y'all ain't been watching the news, we got an update on the Diddy trial. That's first and foremost. We have a live breakdown currently happening of the NFL schedule with some very interesting, intriguing games going down. We got a couple of new movies that are about to drop. We got some official trailers that came out that we're going to dissect. We're going to talk about. We're going to rock with it. At some point, my boy Outlaw gonna pull up, but he is currently out there getting his daddy gains so that them women can keep calling him daddy. So he'll be here at some point. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So without further ado, let's start the show. The following show is not intended for children under the age of 17. There will be foul language and adult content. Viewer discretion is advised.
When I'm in my zone, I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm unknown to the world that's full of clones. My originality's focused on principalities broken. I'm loaning my heart and soul to the game that's scared to pay it back. And failure is a motherfucker. The strength to go on and believing in another sucker who don't see the vision in you. So you gotta work harder times two. Gotta make it do what it do. With the limited sources you have, your dream is still a fine motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long, and burdens I've outweighed. When you see me in my zone.
And what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? We back at it again on our backyard bullshit on a motherfucking Wednesday. Of course, as per usual, I am the one that they call Mr. GQ, and I am the CEO of the BDE movement. Stands for Big Dad Energy. That's why I'm wearing the shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I like
Fuck all y'all over that one. They're like, wait a minute, hold on.
A little spicy.
That's on the back of the shirt. It's Big Dad Energy. Shout out to Gruntworks for the fire ass apparel.
As y'all know, I am the resident DJ. Pretty much times 5 at this point because I have been elevating recently as a DJ at all of our local events here. I am your boy DJ Micah B. And goddamn, after missing last week, I needed this.
I got
We're going down. We're going out, everybody. Mr. Gent. And free at last. Free at last. Thank God about it. I am free at last. My brothers don't know, but as of Monday, my divorce is finally done. Finally officially divorced.
Boy, let me tell you something. You winning because you're not you're divorced and you're not on child support. Boy,
he ready to sign them papers. Papers.
I done damn near lost my mama. I done been through so much drama. To the man that I never thought I'd be.
Ready to sign them papers.
Well,
So, yeah,
with all that, I mean,
no, you know what the song is for you? No, never mind. I don't want to get you in trouble. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I'm just gonna say,
she's close.
Congratulations. As a fellow been divorced one time for the one time type of individual, I know that feeling. I know how it feels. Good times.
So,
And we both know you're wrong. You should anyway.
But I didn't lose nothing in this divorce. I mainly gained. So hey, Lord.
You betting a lot of brothers out here because brothers lose.
Yeah,
I absolutely won on my first one, which is great. Like there was no losses to be had.
You also didn't have kids at the time either, so
nope.
That was great.
There was property and other things.
So we ain't had no property together, so we good.
Oh, you know what? Before we dive into things, I made a promise to somebody, and I absolutely want to do it before we get too deep in this thing.
Pause.
I would ask for you to chop it up for me. I heard what y'all said. I'm just not entertaining y'all dumbasses.
Oh, damn.
Cool story, bro.
I don't know where this is now. He said he sent, or maybe he sent it to me on WhatsApp. That's probably what it is. Anyway, Baytown, all my people out there, this weekend we have a Mother's Appreciation Day. They didn't get a chance to do it last week. We do have a Mother's Appreciation Day, and we also have Ode to Our Elders coming up. He sent it to me on WhatsApp. Mother's Day dinner. Dinner starts at 7. Join us on Saturday, May 17th, 2025, from 5 to 10, 207 West Deepy Street. For those of you that don't know where that is the House of Julia. There will be a raffle and everything. So if you're in the area, the Ode to the Elder presents Mother's Day dinner. I would ask that you go and support. This is not only a Trinidad or Caribbean thing. This is a everybody is included thing. We have diversity of DJs. We got American DJs. We got Caribbean DJs. Matter of fact, American and Caribbean DJs are all in one. So, but they will have a raffle. All of that. It will be May 17th, 2025. They did miss Mother's Day because there was a lot going on with the two people that are hosting this. I will be buying 2 tickets just to support. I cannot go that day, which I really wish I could. And that's because my future sister-in-law will be graduating, and we're having a graduation party Saturday. So if either one of you fellas feel like driving to Sugar Land and turn up with us, please feel free. But the rest of y'all out there listening, don't come.
I'm gonna tell you right now, on Saturday, I'm gonna be hooping. That's what the fuck I'm doing.
Is Barry coming?
I don't care. I don't care. Barry, Jerry, don't give a damn.
That nigga said Barry or Jerry.
Like, I'm hooping. It's been too goddamn long because of all the shit going on at work.
If they can schedule it for like 1 o'clock, I can come out there for 2 hours.
We're gonna talk about it in the chat then.
Yeah. I do gotta be in Houston for 12 to check out a venue where I gotta DJ in 2 weeks. And see how I'm gonna set everything up. But after that, I'll be back in Baytown. So, and for those of you wondering about my house and everything, we've moved in. I'm still here in Baytown because I mean, we paid this month's rent, so I have it on my laptop and stuff. So I might as well. Here at the
we ain't set up the pod station just yet.
Yeah, we ain't set it up. So at the beginning of June, you will see a little different setup.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get over there. I can't wait to get over there and set that up. That boy pod setup finna be fire. He finna be triple screened up. Like,
but other than that, man. Other than that, how's it going? How's it going? What y'all got going on in y'all lives, man? What's up?
This endless ass fucking draft we in.
Bruh, there was no reason to have 7 rounds of a rookie draft and then backdoor and have 7 rounds of a free agent draft. This is stupid.
No, it's not a free agent draft. It's just an IDP draft because we're getting IDP players. I understand.
Yeah, but how many IDP players? How many IDP players are we gonna have on our roster?
Because we're starting 2-2-2 and a flex. So we're actually starting 2 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 corners, and then I believe 2 flex. We're starting 8 positions. Like, that's why this draft is so crazy like that.
They just didn't want me to win again. They didn't want me to come back and win this year because they knew.
Listen, you're gonna be fine. I literally drafted a good chunk of your defensive players.
And I appreciated you. I appreciate that.
Like, you're gonna ball out. So
and I came through and drafted some good
1,
ones.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're starting 8 defensive players, which means there's no more defense. So we have okay. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring y'all in behind the curtain what we're talking about. So in one of these dynasty leagues that we're in, it's a very competitive dynasty league. I brought DJ Micah B in because I've been playing fantasy football with these fellow veterans of mine for a very long time, like going back to COVID. So the commissioner decided to go ahead and put a dynasty league together, but not like a normal, typical dynasty league. We had 28 bench spots, which was we did that so that people would actually trade. Like, so when you go into the waivers, there ain't shit there. Like, there is bare bones in that motherfucker. And it's also a fab thing. So now you also have to bid with your fab. You got $100. So in case you missed that part in the messages too, DJ Michael B, we got $100 before the season starts to use, and then we have $100 of fab during the season. So that $100 of fab is to use for the waiver wire when all the drafts are done. and then we got 100 when the season starts for the duration of the season. Just so you know, you don't spend all your money on one waiver wire pickup. But the way I drafted with my rookie
I'm not
draft,
spending shit. I'm not
like I said,
spending
the way
shit
my-
on waiver wires. I
Nah,
know.
the way my-
Here's what I know. Me and you, we're good. Okay, we're
Hey, listen.
good.
boys was shook after that trade that we did.
Oh yeah, they were mad.
And then yeah, they was mad.
But
so let's
but the whole point about it was none of them could disagree that it wasn't a straight up fair trade.
no.
It was
so
very fair.
yeah, and so to bring everybody into the mix. So in this league, where it's also a super flex, where ideally if it's a super flex, you're gonna start 2 fucking quarterbacks because that makes sense. I was carrying 4 quarterbacks on my roster. I was carrying Sam Darnold. I was carrying Kyler Murray. I was carrying who else am I carrying on my roster? Justin Herbert and Michael Penix. So I had a quarterback that was disposable. Well, DJ Micah B, on the other hand, did not have a third quarterback, which is very hard to have a 12-team league and have 3 viable quarterbacks because obviously 36, 32, you see the math there. So I also needed a running back. He had a running back. He wanted an upgraded tight end. I wanted a tight end that for a different reason. So, and I also didn't have a first round pick because I traded my first, my second, and my fourth for Justin Herbert and another player. I always forget the damn receiver. Keon Coleman. There we go. Sorry, Keon Coleman. So that's how that happened. But anyway, in this trade, I traded him Sam Darnold and Dallas Goedert, and then he gave me Chuba Hubbard, Pat Freiermuth, and I got his first round pick, which was the 1.10, which is the 10th pick in the first round. For those who don't understand the verbiage. So at the time, that trade seemed like, okay, no big deal. And then all of a sudden, the rookie Brooks is out for the year because he's put on the PUP list, which now means Chuba Hubbard has become the, without a question, RB1 in Carolina. So now I have an RB1 for at least this year that I'll probably flip possibly later on in the season, depending on how shit goes. Because I also had a really good running back draft. I drafted the 2 running backs that were on my big board. All is good in the world. So that's just a little bit of behind the scenes. And right now we're currently in the second set of 8 rounds of our IDP league where we're starting.
I don't think people understand that. And for the people in our fantasy draft, I don't think they understand next year is going to be a weak quarterback draft. It really is.
I mean, this year kind of like that too, though.
Yeah. So like the way people are reacting, it's like, yo, the quarterback draft is going to be, it's not going to be good next year. Like it is what it is. The quarterback draft comes in cycles.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just believe that Manning from Texas is about to be the second coming of Peyton, which I don't believe. I just think he's going to be a
UT does.
I think he's going to be Major Applewhite. That's exactly who I think he's going to be.
Wow.
He's going to be good in college. He'll win games. How many games are playing college? Is it 13?
12.
12.
Ball game.
He'll for the next 2 years.
It could be 15 games.
Right, but without the bowl games, he'll go 7-3 and then 8-2 over the next 2 years. And Texas will be pretty much a good team, not a bowl contending team, or not a championship contending team. They'll be a bowl contending team, but other than that, I mean, I have 0 expectations for Manning. And the reason why I have 0 expectations for Manning is because if you were as good as they say they were, why did you not start over Ewers, who was not that good to me?
It had nothing to do with him being too good. He was just the established starter. But
yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you right now, University of Texas is gonna finish in the top 5 this year again.
Yeah, I believe that as well too.
They might.
And
that
means they're gonna win. They're gonna win 10 games this year. They'll win 9 or 10. And they'll be in the college ball playoff, and they'll make another run.
No, I don't think so. They might finish in the top 5, but I don't think they're getting past the first round of the playoff. I just don't. I don't see it happening.
We'll see what happens.
Do you feel the same about your Buckeyes? Do you feel the same about them?
No, I don't feel the same. Man.
Y'all lost a lot of firepower in the draft.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but we're the Buckeyes, dog. We do this.
And the same can be said about Texas. And Texas is winning in a much more difficult conference.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Or from the time Colt McCoy left until last year or 2 years ago, Texas wasn't relevant. But Ohio State been in the college football playoff in the top 5 every single year since. That's what
Texas
the Buckeyes
has a winning.
do.
Yeah, and Texas has a winning record against the SEC. And as soon as they went over to the SEC, what did they do? Ball out,
run that shit.
Like you don't have to like it.
So they couldn't beat people. They couldn't beat people in a weaker conference. They couldn't beat people in a weaker conference. And the reason why they were winning is because people were taking them lightly in a better conference. I'm not saying Texas ain't good. I am saying the first round is where it stops for Texas.
Okay.
I think they'll make the playoffs. They might go 11 and 1, 11 and 2. They might go 10 and 2. I mean, I'm not saying that can't happen. But what I am saying, though, is I believe in other powerhouses more. This nigga did not get on here and say Diddy's innocent. I believe in other powerhouses more than I believe in Texas.
Listen, nobody believed in Ohio State until last season because they couldn't get past Michigan for the last 2.
Okay, wait a minute. Slow down. I understand that.
There it is.
Whoa, don't say there it is. Don't say there it is. Because I've been behind Michigan, not Michigan, but I've been behind OSU 100%, and they've been there. Michigan, on the other hand,
was better. Jim Harbaugh beat the brakes off. Ryan Day almost got fired because they couldn't beat Michigan. Don't do that. Like,
yes, of course. But I do believe Michigan was the better team during those years. I didn't think Ohio. The first year I thought Ohio would win, and then they did win. I thought they would win by maybe a field goal. But last year I didn't think they were going to win it all.
The first year Ohio State was the better team on paper, but the coaching advantage was Harbaugh. That's because they literally over it. I'm about to ban him.
What's going on?
We are not going to do. Listen, Cam. We're not going to do this slander, but guess what? I will see you very soon, sir.
I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm going to step out.
I'm going to see you very soon, Cam. October 12th, we coming to New Orleans, and we're going to beat the dog shit out of y'all. Just letting you know that. October 12th, the Patriots will be in New Orleans, and we're going to party all up and down Bourbon Street after we beat the brakes off of y'all in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You know what? Say less. You got a VIP invitation. The first invitation over a year in advance. How about that? Live on the air. Pull up. Say less. I was talking to one of my coworkers today about it because he's a big Patriots fan too. We definitely talking about pulling up.
Jesus.
Yeah, you good? You need to pray?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, man.
You need some milk?
The wrong pipe. Drink hit the wrong pipe.
Oh, okay. The drink did. Okay.
Yeah.
It's bad timing because we about to start talking about Diddy and you over there choking and shit. Like,
yeah, let's not do that. Get it together.
Listen, please don't bring the potato salad. Don't do that. We don't need no potato salad. We got plenty.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that kind of potato salad. But I see what you did there. It's gonna be good times. This schedule release has been great. Whenever DJ Mike will bring his happy ass back, we can start talking about the next part of this show, which is very important because we got to get to this mass update on this whole. There he is. We gotta get to this update on this Diddy case because I was at work today and I was watching this shit in the office and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even know that the goddamn trial started. I didn't know. Because this is how much. Listen, folks, I'm gonna tell you right now. If it's not NFL Network, Fox Sports 1. Or ESPN, I genuinely don't fucking watch the news. I just really don't. I don't give a single fuck about the news because it's always just stupid and negative and about politics. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
We damn sure don't give a fuck about the weather either because we can get
at all because I got it on my phone. I got it on motherfucking WeatherBug on my phone. Don't need it for shit. All right, I'm good. So I just so happened to be watching, and I was like, wait a minute, because on top of that, the only time I'll bring up politics on this entire show today is apparently there's a potential. There's been rumblings of an impeachment from the Democrats too. So there's that shit floating around in the air too. I'm like, oh, okay. I ain't never heard of a current president getting quote unquote impeached like so many times in his first small amount of time. Shit's crazy. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
100 days.
Yeah, goddamn, let this man can we get through a year first before we just start talking crazy and shit? Like,
no, we can't. No, we cannot. No, the fuck we cannot.
Yes, the fuck we can.
That'd be weasel.
No, we cannot because the tariffs.
Michael was so hyped he fucking froze.
No, we cannot because of the tariffs. That shit's stupid.
I ain't never seen somebody get so heated at the Wi-Fi started.
Hey, calm down, big brother. Calm down.
Xfinity was like, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Xfinity was like,
I don't give a damn. I don't care. No, we cannot.
We talking about the internet. They got goddamn Xfinity said, hold on, brother. We ain't got enough bandwidth for what you about to say. Hold on.
You got too much dip on your chip over there, brother.
I'm trying to tell you. Get that chip off your shoulder real quick. Hold on.
No. Xfinity came in here and slowed up my enemy because they knew what the fuck I was gonna say was the truth. They were like, "Hey, this nigga about to spit. Turn that shit down."
Cut that nigga off right now. Cut that nigga like, cut him off.
Oh shit! But let's get to the updates. So yeah, we can talk about what the fuck goes on with this.
No, he froze.
Today, describing a complicated and abusive relationship with Sean Diddy Combs that began when she was 21. He controlled a lot of my life, Ventura said, calling Combs a scary person. Ventura testifying that they had violent arguments where he would mash my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me. She said a few months into their relationship, Combs suggested hiring an escort to have sex with her while he watched. My stomach churned, Ventura said. I was confused, nervous, but also loved him very much and wanted to make him happy. Combs called these choreographed sexual encounters freak-offs. Ventura today detailing how she and Combs would stay awake for days, taking drugs and having sex with strangers. She said at one point they happened weekly. The freak-offs became a job and there was no space to do anything else, she said. Ventura said she was often the one who hired the escorts, who were paid up to $6,000. She described how Combs' security and staff were always around, bringing supplies to freak-offs, including baby oil and drugs. Ventura testified that the freak-offs made her feel disgusting and humiliated, but she says she feared Combs would become violent if she said no. His eyes would go black, she said, and the version I knew of him was no longer there. Prosecutors showing the jury this video obtained by CNN showing Combs beating Ventura in the hallway of a hotel after she says she tried to leave a freak off. When asked how many times he'd thrown her like that, Ventura said too many to count.
She has to give us the circumstances. Who directed these sex acts to happen? How did she feel when they were happening? Did she want them to occur? Were they against her will? Those are all the elements that the prosecutors are going to have to prove to make their case.
Combs is charged with 5 counts, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Lawyers for the music mogul acknowledge he's engaged in violent behavior and drug use, but say the acts at the center of this case were all consensual. Several of Combs' family members were again in court today, including his mother. At one point, Combs gesturing towards them with his hands shaped as a heart.
And Chloe, you were in the courtroom today. What were Ventura and Combs' demeanor?
Lester, Combs was visibly nervous. At one point during Cassie's testimony, he re-entered the courtroom and he looked over at his family and his eyes widened and he let out a visible sigh. And as for Ventura, she was very emotional. She was crying on the stand when reminiscing about the relationship, and she's set to testify again tomorrow.
Emotions running high in a Los Angeles courtroom today.
Yeah. So that's the same video I saw at work today. So I was like, that's a great video. Not from that perspective, but it was great for like a summary of what happened. Because first of all, I was like, who the fuck is Cassie Ventura? That was the first thing I was like, who the fuck is Cassie? I had no
Ignorant.
I know them are girls I can't about what I do.
I did.
That was good. They wanna see if it's true.
And then what caught me smooth, like the first thing I noticed, which I imagine y'all caught the same thing, was that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So I was like, hold the phone. There's all that shit. But
Well, she's married now, so I'm not.
She married him.
She has a whole life, but I'm just saying, like, me and Jen understand this part very well. Like, you're talking about now, we have a pregnant woman on the stand, and that is a very high level of stress to put on anybody. So to include a child in this, now I'm not saying that she should not be on the stand. I'm not saying that, because tomorrow is the cross-examination. So Diddy's attorneys are going to do the cross-examination. They said they expect this to last for hours. So I'm going to be tuned in somewhat, because I'm curious to just see what the direction is, because the defense is saying that these quote unquote sexual acts were consensual and all this other shit, but they settled out of court for $20 million because she was going to write a book, and then she wanted to settle for $30 million, and then they ended up settling for $20 million because she was going to write a book about the whole relationship. So there's that. You have a question, sir?
No, I don't have a question. I'm saying pick
Yeah, statement.
By all means, light it up. I'll break down everything else when I'm done. By all means, break it down. What you got?
A lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, and I don't give a flying fuck. Okay, and let me tell you why. She was grown. It was consensual. She said, "Well, I feared for breaking up with him for my." Let me tell y'all something, and I'm tired of telling you this, and I'm tired of telling people this. When money is involved and it's millions of dollars, you gonna do whatever you need to do to come up off that million and be a millionaire. This is not something that just happened when she got with when she started dating Diddy. They were dealing before she was dating. And I'm not saying I have no sympathy for what she was doing and this and that, but here's what I'm saying. I went over this today, and I want y'all to listen to me very closely. I really do think Diddy loved this girl. The problem is he loved her because she could make him money by being pimped out, right? So I do feel Diddy's still in the wrong. But let me tell y'all something. She, on the flip side, was using Diddy to make sure she was well off in life. Because who the hell was Cassie before we heard about her with Diddy? Who she was? Somebody want to tell me?
Cassie?
She was Cassie Ventura. Nobody had ever heard about it because she damn sure can't sing. I know y'all heard the song. I know them other morning they've been talking about, but I knew that one good. They wanna see if it. Y'all know damn well she ain't possessed a single talent in her bone. So let's stop this. But more importantly,
but she's the one you want to give it to.
She was never the one I wanted to.
The fact that you hit the shoulder while you said it.
You caught that? You caught that?
But more importantly, and I'm dead serious with this, and people might feel like I'm disrespectful or whatever, but let's be serious here, okay? If Diddy wasn't a millionaire and telling her to sleep with this girl and do this to this guy and to that guy, do y'all think she would have done it? Because last time I checked, and I posted it on somebody post today, I think it was Chris Rock that said this, the only thing in life loved unconditionally is dogs and women. Men are loved on the condition they provide a stable life. And that's a fact. No woman out here is going to sit there and stay with a broke man for more than 2 years. Meanwhile, stop. Okay, just stop. Meanwhile, obviously, you're talking about the exceptions to the rule. But let's talk about exceptions to the rule. But yeah, let's just say -3%. Let's just say -3%. Your dad will tell you not to do it. Your mother will tell you not to do it if you're a girl. Your family will tell you not to do it if you're a girl. That is a fact. I don't want to hear nothing else. There's no, bro, without the exception of maybe 1%, there is no woman out here that's going to take a man that doesn't work a full-time job and making at least half or more than half the money she makes and take care of him. None. So I don't want to hear that shit. She sat there and did whatever this man said because he was a millionaire and she was getting paid to do it. It was consensual. And I'm not saying it was right, but it was consensual. You signed off to the fact. You're in court saying, well, he wanted me to do this, so I did it. So it was consensual. He wanted me to do this, so I did it. It was consensual. You agreed to being paid for what you did. Now, him beating on her and things like that, different. You know what I'm saying? That's abuse. I don't want nobody else to get it mixed up with that. But I guarantee you, for the first 3-4 years, when she was famous and making anything like that, she was consensual with it. I'm guarantee you, because Diddy was making her more money than she ever made in her life. When it started getting on her nerves, when she stopped being famous and when she started losing money. And
I'm not sure what I walked into, but this man is heated.
I mean, just because
we're doing a recap of the Diddy trial started today.
I'm heated. I'm only heated because of what she said in court. She said he made me do this, he made me do that. No, you did this and that because he was a millionaire and you wanted the money if you did it. And that is my issue. I'm not saying he's not wrong, but I'm also not saying, nigga, you're right. You did it because this man was a millionaire and you knew he would pay you for it.
Okay. All right. So
is that your Denzel?
What's up?
Yes. We don't get to do this very often. So normally DJ Micah B goes off on a tangent. Absolute spits fire. It's fantastic. Outlaw does what Outlaw does and gets all the way the fuck unhinged, and it's fucking fantastic. Mr. Gent does whatever it is he does based on, you know, what he had for dinner that night. I'm actually going to push back. And it's for a very different reason, because we're going to stick to the psychology of this situation. That's the only part of this I'm pushing back on. You said everything was consensual because he was a millionaire and this, that, and the third. Cool. There's another C word that we're missing. Coercion. Because you can be coerced into consent. 100%. Millionaire or not. We've seen this in many of SA type cases. We've seen this in many cases where the man or the woman who is the powerhouse in the scenario uses coercion because it's one of the greatest psychological tactics you possibly
That's not
can.
a fact. Hold on. That's not a fact, Moolage. You can't say that because it's not a fact.
Yeah, we don't really know. Don't be trying to get us canceled on YouTube. We just got here. But
hey, big facts.
But
you gonna have Diddy put a damn car bomb underneath our shit.
Look,
y'all know too much information.
I'm trying to tell you, but I do believe this because I've seen this in too many instances of these types of relationships, and coercion is something we don't talk about enough. But I do believe that played a massive factor in this. Yes, the money and all this stuff was fantastic, 100%. Because, and we got to quit calling Diddy a millionaire because he's not a millionaire, he's a billionaire. Let's not do that. Let's as much as we don't like this man did make it to billionaire status. This is a whole other concept. So now we're talking about a next level of coercion, because it's not. This is the same thing. Let me put my words in this the right way. This is the same thing when we see these fucked off ass relationships where we see like a 70-year-old man and a 22-year-old female. That's how I viewed the relationship of Cassie and Diddy. There's still a level of coercion because guess what? You still gonna have to come off some shit to get some shit. Now, once he saw that you gave an inch and an inch and an inch, he said, how much can I really push this envelope? And he pushed that motherfucking envelope off the table. And that's why he said, you know what? I'm about to start having these freak offs. This is going off of her testimony. I don't know what's factual. I'm just using her testimony. But then he started using her to recruit other females and started paying her to pay the escorts and all this stuff. Basically, he brought her into the world to work, similar to the Epstein case when he brought the secretary in, and the secretary was out there recruiting and bringing them hoes in. It's similar, ain't the exact, because that Epstein shit was wild. It's similar. I imagine Diddy would probably did some Epstein parties too, and they probably swapped parties and swapped partners and probably swapped each other for all we know. Shit, we don't know. But all these things to me are on the same level, because what Micah said, he's right. He did love her the same way that Ike loved Tina, because Tina made a lot of money for Ike. Now I'm not saying Ike wasn't talented, because Ike was talented, but he wasn't Tina. Diddy is talented. Cassie's there. Say what you want about Diddy. Say what you want. There's musical genius and talent there, because we grew up in this era where we heard all of his music now. So we know. She saw that. She rocked with it. That's what happened. That's my only pushback on everything that DJ Micah B said, is just that one part. The rest
you
of
heard
it,
that though?
Yeah.
So my pushback to what you just said was, she saw that and she rocked with it. Because let's be serious. Do you think outside of her one song where she got famous that Diddy produced, do you think she would ever got famous?
She would have been mid-tier famous because she showed up in some movies.
But
That's all. I said you asked the question about famous. I said mid-tier famous.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just gonna say, but you know what you just said is what Kevin Hart did, and I can't. Is it Laugh at My Pain? When he had the opening credits, was like, all that shit going on with you, that's the price for fame. And I'm not saying that's the price for fame is a fact. All I'm saying is we got to kind of wait and hear more of this.
Tomorrow's going to be very interesting.
She's in court saying, well, we did this, this, and this, and this, this, and this. Okay, so what I want to know is, at the time, was it consensual? Because Moo was like, it's not a fact. We all know if he did it, he in jail, he not finna do shit. And then he said she could have did it because he threatened her life. He did have Kim killed. We don't know if Diddy had Kim killed. That's one thing for sure. Secondly,
it's massively speculated that's about what we know.
Yes, it's massively speculated, but we don't know. We don't know. No. And then more important, and all I'm saying is, I'm playing devil's advocate and arguing the second side. Okay. And here's my pushback to everything y'all said, right? What if she was down for it the whole time, but then Diddy was like, I want you to do this, and she like, no, you crossed the line now, and now she's mad because he said you're going to do it, and she pushes back and does what a lot of women do, everything but leave.
Find out tomorrow on the next episode.
And I'm not saying, and hey, I'm not saying he deserved to put his hands on her, but y'all know a lot of women will just start breaking game systems, start breaking your TVs, start ripping the house apart, and then run out, and we don't see what the hell happened inside. And this happened to my homeboy. We don't know what happened inside the house. But now when he gets outside, he finally hits her back because he done lost his fucking mind because she done broke up everything inside the house. And that's not documented. I'm just saying, I've seen it happen. One of my friends almost went to jail for that. Luckily, he had cameras inside his house where she threw plates, cups, all kind of stuff at him, and that was not seen before. They took the video. They took the video of what happened inside the house. And then he went to court and took the video, and it was like, oh, you was in there insulting the man because he told you do this and you didn't agree with it, and you got mad, and now you breaking up stuff and this and that. I'm just like, there can be two sides to the story, and I don't want y'all to jump too early. That's all. That's all.
Oh no, I'm just we're talking about day one of trial. Next week we'll talk about day two, which is tomorrow, of trial.
Of course,
we're gonna get there.
Right.
But today we can only talk about what happened today.
What
We
happened
can't-
today.
And I'm not,
We don't know.
and I'm not saying I'm wrong. I could be wrong about everything, which is fine with
Hell,
me.
we could all be wrong.
Yeah,
This
we
could
all
be
be
this
wrong.
could be a made up plot, and all of a sudden he just wrote a movie about this shit and had fucking Ryan
Right.
Coogler to direct the shit. Like, we don't know. Like, I did that on purpose, by the way, because I'm segueing like a motherfucker. That's why.
Yeah, you did. I was like, I see what you did.
see what I
there,
did there? Oh, that's
Hold
what I
on.
did there.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious to hear what you got to say, dog. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That man, you see that man got a tank top on. That man was getting his
He
daddy
was-
gains on.
Boy, look tired.
I'm looking for my next ex-wife out there.
Damn.
Oh, speaking of ex-wife, you missed it. So Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Gent's divorce was finalized today.
You weren't already divorced?
No. It's been
You got
5 years,
a girlfriend and a wife, nigga. Damn.
something like that.
You Muslim now?
Hey.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh shit, that was fantastic. I mean, valid question.
Valid, very valid.
I just wanted to know, like, how
'Cause
does
he
he
did-
get
I
a
mean-
wife and a girlfriend these
I
days?
mean-
What
I
am
mean,
I
you
doing
can be
wrong?
separated and then how do what you do.
He never did.
When we were together, we never turned our backs on each other.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm turning my
I'm
camera and
done.
mic off. I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm done.
It's all right. So while he's doing that, Outlaw, you came right on time. Pause.
Whoa,
So-
whoa, bro,
Whoa.
whoa.
Then you was talking about calling that man daddy. It's big pause here.
You heard me. I said it. I caught myself. But
Pause.
I said so. He showed up right on time because the trailer that we're gonna unveil gives a chance for all of us to nerd out a little bit about an upcoming film. Well, upcoming trailer that's came out on Disney Plus today. So give me like 35 seconds.
Hello? For real?
Welcome, Mary. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
You're interviewed. You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you will find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you went her out. Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable. Something
Important?
iconic. It's a brand new
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done. What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot. You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
what are our what's the initial thoughts on that crazy ass trailer?
I was never really a big fan of Ironheart in the comics, and in Wakanda Forever, like she was kind of cool, but like I feel like they'll give anybody a show these days. I mean, seeing the Hood as the main villain is kind of cool. He's pretty dope in the comics. I don't know. It didn't really super duper resonate with me, but I'll give it a shot. I already got a Disney Plus account. But what I will say, if you haven't seen it, y'all need to go see that Thunderbolts. Now that was good.
People have been
Michael,
saying some crazy things about that. Like they've been saying it's actually better than, I guess, anticipated. I guess is the way to phrase that.
Oh yeah, Thunderbolts was actually pretty damn dope. I feel like it's one of the best Marvel films in a hot minute.
That's what a lot of the critics
it was different, but a good
Since Shang-Chi, I feel like is the last great
Shang-Chi
Marvel
was fire.
film.
Hey, Shang-Chi, hey, where that man been at? I've been waiting like the last 4 years for him to pop back up. Like that was a dope ass movie.
Yeah, no, we got to get it. We got to get a second one.
Shang-Chi was dope. As far as this film goes, or this series goes, I really wish they would have picked the kid from Iron Man 3. I really do.
I know you're talking about. Yeah,
that would have been an Iron Lad though if they did.
Hey, what? Shang-Chi was way more than
fire. I love
some of the best fight scenes. That was some of the best fight scenes in a solo stand-up fucking Marvel film. Like,
bro, the dad was him.
Yeah, the dad was. Hey, hold on, now mom too now.
Oh yeah,
the mom had hands too.
She was fucking him up before he got the rings when in the CGI,
and that was nice.
I know a lot of people out there are going to disagree with me, but I feel like Shang-Chi is the movie itself was a top 3 origin story of Marvel debuts. And the reason why I say that, yes, because y'all already know what I thought my favorite Marvel debut backstory was, which was Ant-Man. Ant-Man could have stood alone by itself as a movie. I thought Ant-Man was fantastic.
I feel like Ant-Man 1 and 2 are good movies. I'll give you that. 1 and 2
100%. The first Ant-Man was so great. They adding T.I. and the other guy that goes by the same name in every movie that he's in was absolutely brilliant. I think Ant-Man, Black Panther, and Shang-Chi has the best origin stories in the Marvel universe, because I thought the Incredible Hulk story wasn't that good.
No,
I didn't think. I thought Captain America's was good, but I give it like a B plus. Thor's was to me. Thor's was absolute garbage. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
I feel like the only good Thor movie is Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor's story was rushed.
Right. So like when the first Iron Man was really good too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The first and second
one, too.
Yeah. I just watched Iron Man 2 this past weekend. Iron Man 2 was,
and that's what I'm going with. I think Iron Man 2 is better than Iron Man 1, which is why I don't have Iron Man 1 in my top 3, but I have Shang-Chi in my top 3.
That's for me.
Iron Man 2, on the other hand, is definitely in my top 5 of Marvel movies. Iron Man 2 is fucking fantastic.
I get what you're cooking with, Micah. Like for like a debut, Shang-Chi, Ant-Man, Black Panther, those are like phenomenal. Like this is this character's first film, and they knocked them out the park. Like Black Panther is still rewatchable. I go back and watch Shang-Chi and Ant-Man, no problem.
I mean, I was a fan of Doctor Strange. I actually enjoyed that origin story too.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange is really good too. But I think that the better debut stories happen when the person debuted in a different, other than Iron Man. The better debut stories happen whenever they debuted in a different film.
Yeah,
Well, that's what happened with
I'll
Black
buy
Panther
that.
because he was in Civil War first.
Yeah, he showed up in Civil War.
You already knew who he was going
Yeah.
into his movie.
But I can if we want to say a debut, I can say Bucky was one of my favorites.
Oh, and Winter, that was
with-
it
with-
wasn't.
that
But
was-
Okay.
in the
fire.
The only reason why
he was a supporting character, though.
The only reason why Bucky isn't on my list because he was a supporting character. That's right.
He didn't have. If
that's-
now,
I'll give you that.
now
I'll give
Bucky
you
would have had a standalone film and balled the fuck out. It'd been different. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna push back on something that Moo said about Shang-Chi was good, but it wasn't great. To be honest, Shang-Chi gave you exactly what the fuck could have happened if they would have done a Dragon Ball movie the right way.
Right.
Because the way
That's
the CGI
exactly
and
how I
everything
felt
was set
did
up,
it.
Shang-Chi
That's exactly how I
100%
felt
showed
did
you
it.
how a Dragon Ball Z live act, not that bullshit ass Dragon
Evolution.
Ball fucking crap we seen with a high school kid and
Evolution.
fighting on top of a car and all that dumbass shit that wasn't realistic for Dragon Ball Z at all. Yeah, we still salty about that, you dumb motherfuckers. Sorry.
I mean, I feel like all in all, Shang-Chi it hit everything correctly. The fight scenes, the villain was fucking great. The story, made
The fact
sense.
that the villain was a
ending-
family member makes it even
ending
more
was
like
fucking
crazy.
your daddy.
fantastic. The
Yeah,
way
like-
they did the ending, it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like the way that the rings kept going back and forth, then they changed colors, and he just started, I'm gonna beat the brakes off my daddy with these rings, and like it was just
The rings were a dope ass power system. Like that
Yeah,
was
like-
really alive.
like when you
give
think
me a-
about it
give
for
me
what
an
it is.
action game with them kind of rings.
Yeah,
Give me
You
a
know
Devil
what?
May
And
Cry
then of
with that
course,
shit.
the
then of
closest
course my
game to like
favorite,
that, like,
then of course my favorite Marvel character was that nigga in the movie in Wong. He was that nigga,
Oh.
boy. I'm trying to tell you.
but I mean,
Hey.
we seen him back with Doctor Strange though too. Like he's been
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
been
yeah, I
he's
know
been the
that.
guy.
But he was just that in that movie. He was that nigga. Like, come
Oh
on,
yeah, yeah.
couldn't, no-
Oh,
couldn't
he was-
nobody
he was,
fuck with
He was
Wong.
clowning. He was clowning people in that
I
movie.
mean, he beat Abomination. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Easy.
handily,
Easy.
handily,
how
and
do
that's
you
not an
beat a
easy
Hulk
feat.
villain?
Mm-mm.
Like not like how you make him look like a regular guy. Like Wong Wang was over there. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go fight in this random ass fight world and just fight in these octagon like ass shits and just start whoop. Yeah, let me whip up this little portal real quick. I'm gonna be right back.
Wong low key that nigga. Like, I really fuck with Wong.
Yeah, like and
I
like
like more. I like
yeah.
Strange sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I fuck
him
with
more.
Strange. Strange is
I
one of
mean,
my
I did-
Doctor Strange is
like
one of
him
my
more
favorite
Strange.
characters. So.
At the end of the day, he kind of is Doctor Strange teacher, dog. So like that shouldn't surprise us at all.
Well, he was Doctor Strange's teacher when he couldn't feel his goddamn fingers.
I mean, technically, Wong is Sorcerer Supreme.
Still to this day, yeah.
He technically is Sorcerer Supreme.
That's what I'm
After
saying.
Endgame,
Like Wong been that nigga, but he in Shang-Chi, he flexed. He flexed big time in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, and then
Nobody was on his level.
yeah, and then kind of going back to what Outlaw was talking about earlier about the rings and seeing him in a video game with like a Devil May Cry. I see your Devil May Cry and I raise you Infamous.
Ooh.
Seeing Cole with them rings would have been dope. Like evil Cole with them rings would have just fucked everything up.
Just give me another Infamous, or just remake the first two.
Yeah, great games. But look, we also got a Battlefield coming this year. So
That's the guy Infamous is the guy with the lightning, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Buddy.
I never played it. I used to watch Jerry play it all the time, though.
Infamous is cold though. That's such a great fucking
That game never left your system. I remember every time I go to your house, you had Infamous still
fucking
downloaded.
and Infamous 2, Infamous Second Son. We had them all 4 of the games. We had all 4 because the 4th one was the one with the female.
Okay, Moo, I get that. Good, but not great. That's fine. But that's all the Marvel stories. They don't dive
Marvel
deep
don't.
into
Yeah.
the origin. But as
Marvel
far as
never
they
shows you
dive
all the
into,
cards.
that's what I'm saying. As far as they dived into Shang-Chi compared to other people, Shang-Chi was very good. My daughter Zari says hello. Hey,
What's
Zari.
happening, Zari? What's the deal?
Zari,
You
baby.
gonna say hi, Calissa? All right, Calissa said hi to Zari.
I see you throwing over there, cousin.
Today was Curly Fro Day. That's just Curly Froku type shit.
Speaking of movies, I saw Sinners last night, and I thought it was actually pretty good. It was
See?
different.
I'm telling you.
Give me a right now to 10.
Out of 10, I give it like about a 7.5 out of 10.
I ain't gonna hold you. The way
Finally,
the-
an honest rating.
the way the box
have to
office
see it.
numbers and everything
You
else
have
been
to
going, like
go see it. If you're able to go see it in IMAX, go see it in IMAX.
I just want to see it in
Why would
general,
that
but the
boost
way
the
my
rating?
work schedule, my work schedule set up, I need one of them fancy websites we used to use all the time.
Mhm.
That's not the only goddamn way I'm gonna watch it.
Hold on, real quick. Why would going to see it in IMAX raise it 2.5 more?
The way it's shot, the way you feel it is different.
IMAX don't give you a feeling. It's not
does.
4D. It's
D-Box
not 4D,
gives you a
nigga.
feeling.
Go let Ryan Coogler break it down for you.
It's not.
And
It's not 4D.
He'll
It's
tell
not
you
4D.
why.
No,
It is
no.
different. He'll tell you why.
You know what? I'll tell you why.
Ryan Coogler broke down Black Panther. He broke down the fight scene. I was like, oh, I didn't know that was that much detail, but it's still an average ass fight scene.
Yeah. But
Guardians intro is legendary too.
Yeah,
Guardians is good as a movie. But
And also arguably
Captain America's intro was not that good. That
No,
shit
but-
was not good.
now Guardians to this day still has the best soundtrack of all Marvel films. Like, and
I
don't think it's close. Like, I don't think it's close. I think Guardians shit on everybody with the damn soundtrack.
Come
Like-
on, dog. We
Like,
because
if it's not
they
Guardians,
go
is
through the
literally like,
years.
yeah, it's Guardians and it's Deadpool, like the two best soundtracks for fucking Marvel films. Like, it's Deadpool, the first one absolutely murdered it. Actually, Deadpool 1 and 2 for that matter. And
Guardians
Deadpool
intros are not better than Shang-Chi intro. I
don't think so?
I emphatically disagree.
You're not hooked on a feeling?
That's good. That's a good word.
You're not hooked on a feeling. Dun, 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 dun.
No.
Okay, well, you're not hooked on a feeling. Damn, sorry.
I'm not talking about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is A1.
I was talking about the soundtrack. That's just me.
I know,
Yeah,
but he's talking about the movie itself, and I'm saying is no, it was not. To me, it was not better than Shang-Chi.
I would put Guardians and Shang-Chi on a similar level. I really now and that's kind of not fair to Shang-Chi because Guardians has multiple characters and Shang-Chi just had, that's Shang-Chi plus his and well and then
Aquafina,
so
whatever, yeah.
But it was still good. I mean, because we knew that Rocket Raccoon was him, like he was the mouthpiece of the
Oh wait, okay. So let's get something straight. I fuck with Rocket Raccoon and I fuck with Groot. The rest of the Guardians I could really care less about. They're not interested.
Hey.
They're not interested enough to me. They're
Drax go hard to me.
I'm about to say Batista killed that role.
Yeah, he did.
Drax the Destroyer was played very well. Like there are not a lot of wrestler turned actors I think could have pulled that shit off.
That's cool, but I'm not a Drax fan. Like I just thought only people I'm a fan of,
and you're clearly
in
not a
Guardians
Star-Lord
of the
fan.
Galaxy is Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Like I'm not a fan of the rest of these dudes. I've never been. It's just
you're prejudiced towards humans.
Sure, I guess.
You only like the animals.
You know what? I'm a chime in.
I like Iron Man, nigga. Iron Man is human.
We're talking about the Guardians right now. We ain't talking about shit.
I'm a chime in for DJ Maccabee. I will say that Rocket is definitely the most interesting Guardian. Like that nigga steals the scene every time he's there. Like that nigga just funny as fuck. That's my spirit animal. And Groot, how can you not like Groot?
Listen, I like adult Groot. Teen Groot remind me of my own daughter.
I like them both. I love Baby Groot.
Because Baby Groot made me want to body slam, and that my daughter made me want to body slam her.
Hold on. Let me address it real quick. You realize Drax is severely on
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, we do.
And the comics, he's that nigga.
He's just enemy.
So is Gamora too, but they watered her down too.
This is the problem right here. People that read the comics like us and how strong people is have a problem with how weak people are. I am judging the movie basically on the movie. I don't give a damn what they do in the comics. We are talking about the movies they make. And when we're talking about the movies they make, Drax's debut wasn't that damn good. The Guardians of the Galaxy debut wasn't that good. It wasn't. In the comics, yes. In the movies for Marvel Studios, no. Hell no.
I will say this though. Guardians of the Galaxy has the best ride at Disney World. Like that, if you ain't rode that damn Guardians ride, that
made my daughter cry. Made my daughter cry.
Hey, Guardians are how you feeling some type of way when you get off that motherfucker. Like
That motherfucking ride.
the Guardians ride and the Avatar ride are how you fucked up.
And also about the Guardians, that nigga Star-Lord was basically just Chris Pratt playing himself.
I mean, it's
him in any movie.
Yeah, he plays the same fucking generic white motherfucker.
Which is why Star-Lord sucks as the character in Guardian of the Galaxy.
And in the comics, he has a different personality. He's not a fucking goofy ass nigga. Like, he's very serious in the comics.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Star-Lord in the comics is like, we're gonna do this, and then they're gonna go do that.
Yeah.
This nigga's gonna die, and that nigga will die. Like, yeah, for sure.
He's basically like, if you ever play Doom, he's basically Doom guy in space. Like, that nigga in the comics is very serious. Like, he don't fuck around, like all that making jokes and ha-has and kiki and shit. Like, that's just Chris Pratt. Like, that's not really Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to realize. I'm strictly talking about the movies. And Moo said just making sure, like, yeah, I'm strictly talking about the movies. In the movies, they made a lot of weak ass debuts for a lot of strong characters.
Oh, yes, bring up the biggest one, Captain Marvel. The fuck?
We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna pretend. We're gonna listen. We're not even gonna bring that name up. If you bring her name up again, I'm gonna mute you because that was disrespectful. That's what the fuck that was. That was disrespectful.
Here's my Captain Marvel hot take. They should have fucking cast Charlize Theron as fucking Captain Marvel. If you ever seen Mad Max, you know who I'm talking about. There's that.
Well, if you don't know who Charlize Theron is, I can't help you. Like,
but I'm just
you sleep under a goddamn puddle of water.
Yeah, I can't take Brie Larson serious as Captain Marvel. Like, she's actually a great actress. Like, in other movies, she's phenomenal, but she ain't Captain Marvel. Like, they should have cast Charlize Theron. Like, that's the bitch I would have taken serious as Captain Marvel. Not to call her a bitch because she's, but like she's just she's tough as shit.
As a descriptive word. I see what he did there. But no, you're 100% though right though. Like that was, and I'm not even finna say the goddamn name.
Here's a good movie with Charlize Theron.
You know what?
Atomic Blonde.
Thank you.
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde was great. Mooley's 100% right. It was a disgrace. And what? Oh, we're not. Again, we're not going to talk about that one either with Photon. That was. It was horrible. It needs to be redone. Yeah. I don't normally call for reboots, but that needs to be the fuck booted.
Well,
like start the fuck over. Just start the fuck over.
Soft reboot. That's what they're.
She don't. That needs a full. That motherfucker needs a stiff hard reboot.
Yeah, because in the comics, Photon is a really pivotal character on a lot of Avengers teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which we were kind of having that conversation. We were having that conversation in the chat. We were talking about the casting and stuff, and we're just like,
even when you think about Wasp, because Wasp was one of the founder members of the Avengers, and yet she's washed off.
Has yet to debut with the Avengers.
She really ain't done nothing.
She did Endgame.
No, you know what I'm saying. I say debut, you know what I'm talking about, like a part of the whole part of the team. Like it's like when you watch the Justice League and the other members outside of the original 7 start popping up in there, part of the regular. That's the type of shit I was waiting for.
I feel like the Marvel movies really struggle with their female heroes. Honestly, like Scarlet Witch is great. I love Scarlet Witch.
I like Scarlet Witch. I like Black Widow too. I think Black Widow's done very well.
Honestly, Yelena is better than Natasha.
No, Yelena, but Yelena is Yelena. Like,
hey, but you know what though? Outlaw, you make a good point. Let me tell you why I say you make a good point. Scarlet Witch origin story after what is that? Avengers 2, Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
They had to put her in a Doctor Strange movie.
They kind of butchered her character there, though, a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of.
I'm just saying that right there in itself shows the difference. For sure, it shows the difference because they didn't think Scarlet Witch could carry a movie on her own, so they put in the Doctor Strange movie.
I feel like she definitely could have. She's like low key one of the best Avengers.
And she's the most talented Olsen. I'll say it.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen is a phenomenal actress. Like, I don't understand why they just didn't give her her own solo movie. Like,
Because
her show was actually
listen,
fantastic.
WandaVision was arguably one of the best goddamn Marvel shows.
It's top 3 Marvel
Like
shows.
the fact that people, when I would ask people, "Hey, you seen WandaVision?" Oh, I can't watch that. I Love Lucy looking ass shit, bro. Get past the first 3 episodes and try again. Because first of all, those first 3 episodes are pivotal. Because
she loves me.
Listen, the amount of character and story development that happened in them 3 black and white ass episodes laid the groundwork. Because I'll tell you what was fucking trash was fucking Agatha. Agatha was one of the worst fucking shows.
I actually haven't seen Agatha yet.
My brother, don't do it. Don't do
waste
it.
your time. They went into a circle. They went in a circle. They really need to go in that motherfucker.
It was horrible. Like characters that don't deserve their own show. Agatha.
Yeah.
That's
because
kind
that
of
was
how I feel
fucking
about
trash.
Ironheart. Like, I don't know who asked for a Ironheart show because she's not that popular in the comics either.
I mean, yes, but they needed another Iron, you know.
They needed another genius, is what it is.
No, hear me out. Why the fuck does Ironheart get a show before War Machine gets a fucking movie? Like, y'all
because Don Cheadle is old. That's it. That is it. Because Don Cheadle is old. I guarantee
Armor Wars is supposed to be a show.
War Machine is not. Yeah, War Machine is not that interesting of a character to have a standalone film. Like, I don't think you can make that story believable enough to where people are going to go to the theaters and watch it. Like, it's like I love War Machine. I love the character War Machine, but as a standalone film, absolutely not. It would be worse than Ironheart. Because it's.
Can I ask y'all a question?
It's like because truthfully, he got his shine in Iron Man 2. Like, he really got his shine in Iron Man 2. And then he died in the other. But he got his shine in Iron Man 2.
You had to think about.
I got a statement.
Secret Invasion.
We don't talk about Secret Invasion.
We don't talk about that yet. We're not
what
there
yet.
yet.
What you got, DJ Mike B?
I got a statement.
I'm scared.
Right.
War Machine rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, I fucked with it.
War Machine rocks, and y'all understand the origin of that statement. Now let's get down to business. War Machine could not do a movie because Don Cheadle was too old.
Even if Don Cheadle was younger, I just don't. There's not enough of a story because here, and it's not. To me, it has nothing to do with Don Cheadle. In this reason, just look at Rhodey's story. He's a fucking military kid. We've seen a million military-based things in movies and shit, and it's like the most tired out timeline story out there.
Yeah,
like,
I don't see what they could do for an interesting.
You're making a mecca. That's really what
why do you think that the Green Lantern story is so trash? Hal Jordan was a fucking Air Force guy, and
because Ryan Reynolds played him.
No, listen, I'm talking not talking about the characters. I'm solely talking about the origin stories. Both of them have military backgrounds, and people are tired of military stories.
I got you. Now you just asked, but I was just gonna say because Ryan Reynolds played him. That was
no. But you're right about that part too. But we're talking about just backstories.
Back to Green Lantern. Here is my elevator pitch for a Green Lantern movie, and y'all gonna fuck with this. Training Day in space. No, like seriously, think about
John
it.
Stewart? Really?
Well, it could be whoever, but basically Sinestro is training either John Stewart or Hal Jordan. Sinestro got some fucked up ass ways, and the Green Lantern is like, you know what? This nigga really not Green Lantern material. And you basically got Training Day in space. Like that, I just feel like that works.
I'll give it a chance if it was a show versus a movie. Like if it was an HBO Max show.
That shit was a 3 out of 10. Stop playing with me.
That's like saying Deadpool's character in X-Men Origins was solid and it wasn't.
I'm gonna say this. I don't.
That was literally
Ryan Reynolds like that. He plays
that was
in every movie.
That was 2 L's that Ryan Reynolds took because Deadpool's not an L, but the original Deadpool in that Wolverine movie was woof. That was a whiff.
Stop.
That was.
Cut that
hard whiff, and then like now because I liked his character in Blade Trinity. Actually, even though it's kind of still his personality, it was still a funny ass character, beating up on Triple H and all these other fucking.
But and that's just the thing. Ryan Reynolds just plays Ryan Reynolds.
But that's why him as Deadpool works so well because that's literally who Deadpool is.
He's Deadpool.
Like it actually works. he said it wasn't as bad. I thought it was bad.
I know. Maybe
I tried to
watch.
like listen.
Maybe
I've tried now. Listen, I will tell you because I told Outlaw about it. Now the animated Green Lantern movie on HBO Max. Oh, that shit was cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was good.
They cooked
that shit was fucking cooking. Like, but that's the thing. DC doesn't miss with animated films. I'll tell you that right now. Because that Batman Yakuza movie, I cannot wait to watch that motherfucker.
All the Batman movies hit in DC.
Listen,
the animated Batman movies they be on point.
Yeah, like that Batman Ninja, the original one. Oh my god, fucking great.
The Killing Joke, the son of Batman,
the Long Halloween.
Batman
Under the Red Hood.
Yeah. But look, the Killing Joke is one of them movies like that. That movie. You've never watched a slow burn animated movie until you've seen The Killing Joke. Because halfway through the movie, you think that motherfucker's over, and then all of a sudden, bow.
No, I'm gonna say this about The Killing Joke. I didn't like how him and Barbara hooked up. That's kind of weird.
I didn't like it, but
no, nigga, don't try to defend that shit. That's
I'm not defending. I'm not defending it, but
I'm not defending that shit.
But think about how it altered the whole fucking story at that point of the movie, because that's the part I'm talking about. It felt like the movie was finna end, and then all of a sudden the hospital shit happened, and then the Barbara Joker shit happened, and then the movie just it spiked. Like it was a terrible part of the movie, but it was an integral part of the movie simultaneously.
I'm gonna say it like
it was not terrible.
No, I'm gonna stop y'all right there, because Bruce Wayne is basically Dick Grayson's adopted father, and Barbara is Dick Grayson's fucking, that's his main squeeze. You over here basically knocking down your son's girlfriend. Like, come on. No, like that's against like all kinds of bro codes. You just kind of a hoe for that, Bruce.
He could be.
It happens in real life.
But that's what happens in real life. That's why I fuck with it. Because
I don't want to know what kind of fathers you know that do kind of shit like that.
I mean, he also he's staying Catwoman. There's stories about him and Wonder Woman. Like, I mean, Bruce is him.
Bruce that man.
He really is. My man is the Dark Knight slinging Dark Knights. Like
But you don't violate your adopted son's girl like that. Like how do you come back from that? You don't, because in the Batman Beyond universe, that's why they never spoke to each other ever again.
All I'm saying, I know he's in jail. But R. Kelly said, "Cuff your chick."
Bro, going after your daughter-in-law is and that's his best friend's daughter. That's Jim Gordon's daughter. Like, you knocking down your best friend and your son's like
somebody knocking the boots.
Y'all not gonna sit here and defend Bruce.
I'm not defending it. I'm just laughing because it's like
I'm gonna sit here and defend it just because it was a comic book story, dog. Like, it's not real life.
I know it's not real life, but I'm just saying, like, Bruce a hoe for that.
No, you're right. No, yes.
I'm not saying
nobody denied that man is a hoe for that.
No one ever put Bruce at the daddy of the year.
At all. That motherfucker is a failure as a father.
Now, in that instance, his parents looking up at him from fucking hell, like, son, that's not right.
Not from hell. Oh,
yeah, right.
Oh my God, his parents were murdered. Why are they looking at it from hell? Why they can't be looking down from heaven? Like, what did the Waynes do to like piss you off?
I don't know. Them niggas is rich. They can't be that good.
I gotta get myself together because I got some place to go.
Because there's another story. There's there's an audio book I listened to about with Batman and Zatanna where like it talks about some of the questionable things that the Martha and Wayne and them did. It was
because Thomas Wayne in some stories, that nigga kind of an awful person.
He's the same as Tony Stark's dad, who was a terrible fucking guy.
Actually, there's a comic recently where Thomas Wayne comes back as Batman and he's the bad guy, and he's kind of a piece of shit.
I can see that. That would be a great alternate universe type of movie. That's a DC animated film right there. And that'd be fire.
Well,
they kind of had that in what is it?
Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah, they hinted at it in Flashpoint.
They kind of
but there's actual whole storyline in the comics where like Thomas Wayne is like an evil Batman at 60 years old and he capping niggas like he in hell right now. He not looking down. He looking up.
Yeah. So yeah, there was in the CW.
Thomas Wayne is the reason that
Thomas was killing everybody.
I understand why Moolah said that because Thomas Wayne is the reason that Arkham Asylum exists. He is the Wayne family built Arkham, and people just for some reason never paid attention to that. Like,
you know what?
there's a whole wing that was named after the Thomas and Martha wing. Like, there's a whole thing.
I'm just saying, maybe in that back alleyway, they might have deserved it. I ain't gonna sit here and maybe.
They said, "Fuck your couch." I mean, yeah, probably because rich folk, they're not all very honest people. So that's true. He is the reason the city, because he segregated the fuck out that city. That's why the slums of quote unquote Brooklyn / Manhattan look the way it do, aka Gotham. But now that we've got on that fantastic tangent, ladies and gentlemen,
Bruce, we're gonna everything, so I'm not gonna let that one go.
And I'm with you, but we're gonna segue. We're gonna throw a proverbial alley-oop to Inside the Huddle, and we're gonna just kind of briefly talk about this fucking schedule release, because the Sunday night and the Thursday night football schedule is out for the 2025 NFL motherfucking season. So we got to talk about a few things. Most importantly, the opening goddamn game is an NFC East matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowgirls. That shit's fucking wild. That's an interesting way to start the season, but that's how we're doing it. But fuck all that. That is a great opening game, and it's not even the best game of the first 6 weeks, because it's literally week 2. Because during week 1, September 7th, Sunday Night Football, Baltimore versus Buffalo. That's what I'm talking about. MVP versus MVP. Derrick Henry, the first running back over the age of 30, making $15 million with that contract extension today. Fantastic. Love it. I wanted to circle one more. Oh, yeah, the Thanksgiving game. Thanksgiving game is a big one, because we have got on Sunday Night Football for Thanksgiving, we have got Cincinnati and Baltimore. It's going to be a really good game. Week 14, this is specifically for you, DJ Mike, will be December 7th. The Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. Should be a really good game.
Texas don't play good on Sunday night. I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say that.
And then I'm circling that week, the week 11 matchup, on November 16th, because it's Detroit versus Philly. So
yeah, that's good.
That's gonna be a really good game too. So that takes care of that. I'm gonna highlight a couple of these Thursday night Amazon Prime games, and I actually like the one that comes out in week 2, September 11th. The Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. I'm a big fan of that. I think that's going to be a very entertaining game. Yes, my child. I know she came back, and it's time for night nights, so I need you to go get in your bed and you're ready for night nights. Thank you, ma'am. I'll see you in a minute. Back to where I was at. All right, the Black Friday game this year, Chicago versus Philly. We're going to really see what kind of quarterback Caleb Williams really is, because that's in week 13. That's late in the season. Right. We're going to find out.
You should be in the swing of things.
You should be.
Should be.
An intriguing matchup is actually week 8, and it is the Vikings versus the Chargers. Why? Jim Harbaugh, being the coach of the Chargers, playing against his Michigan quarterback in J.J. McCarthy for the first time. Intriguing for the storyline purpose. I don't know how the game is actually going to be, but it's intriguing for the storylines. There was one other Thursday night. Oh, yeah, week 14. December 4th, Cowboys versus Lions. I like that. Oh, and then Christmas night, we got another division matchup, because we got the Broncos versus the Chiefs. Should be a sensational fucking game on Christmas night. Not a bad way after opening up presents. The way those games were close last year.
Yeah, it was.
Like, those games were close last year, where Denver almost beat them in both games. So I think, and in the way things have been shaping, like this.
The thing about Chiefs almost lost all their games last year. So,
well, until they got trounced in the goddamn Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are just some of the games I wanted to highlight before. I don't want to take away from Inside the Huddle, because they're going to do a deep dive into all this shit. But it's going to be interesting. I did want to bring up, let me grab I got to pause this fucking video. So I want to talk about these international games really quick. So we have the Dublin, Ireland game. You've got the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not bad for Dublin. Then we got Minnesota again playing in London against the Cleveland Browns. We may or may not have Shedeur Sanders starting in an international game. That could be interesting. We have a game that I have no idea why it's a game, but it's a game. Another game in London, and it's the Broncos versus the Jets. No one cares. Oh wait, CJ.
Aaron Rodgers last season.
He ain't playing for either of them teams, so it really don't matter. The resident NFL home team when it comes to London, the Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Jaguars playing against the Los Angeles Rams. So you 100% have Travis Hunter playing in his first international game. That should be interesting. The Germany game is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Indianapolis Colts. So we have the battle of young black quarterbacks in Michael Penix versus Anthony Richardson, unless he gets his spot taken by Daniel Jones, which would be fucking embarrassing. Sorry.
It would be.
I know it would be.
It would be.
Now, I do like this Madrid-Spain game because it's the Washington Commanders versus the Miami Dolphins. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
November 16th. That's an interesting game in week 11.
Dolphins show up this year.
Like that's that part. They need to be healthy. But Tyreek probably gonna be suspended or got another baby on the way, or get arrested pre-game. Doing whatever the fuck Tyreek Hill does before.
Have a baby by me, baby, you be a millionaire.
Shit, now when you have 11 goddamn kids. You had 3 kids in one NFL season, my boy.
Have a baby by me, baby, you be a millionaire.
I've said enough about Tyreek Hill. I feel like I've gone on a tangent about him before, but I'm gonna talk about these women that keep having babies for him. Like, you already know that you got to have a whole orientation packet to be his baby mama. Like, you already got to circle your available days for visitation with this nigga and shit like that, or the Zoom calls and what have you. Like, him and Nick Cannon. Like, why do y'all keep having kids with these niggas?
And hold on, you also got to circle the days of the verbal abuse.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all why again.
He can't keep his hands to himself.
I'm gonna tell y'all why again. Have a baby by me, baby, you be a millionaire again.
He ain't got no much money left, man.
I mean, he could have been like Anthony Edwards and just just pay that 18 years off.
I'm a future in that too.
Since
you stop that shit.
Or since you're such a millionaire, Tyreek Hill, how about you get a goddamn vasectomy? I'm gonna need listen. I'm gonna say this. I don't get to do this very often, but I'm gonna say it. We need to normalize fucking vasectomies. That's what the fuck we need to do. I'm gonna say it because it don't change a goddamn thing. I done had a vasectomy for 5 fucking years. It don't change shit. My sex game is fantastic. All right. I get to have sex carefree. I ain't got to worry about no uh-ohs, oopsies. I missed my period late.
Shoe blanks, none of that shit. This
Boy,
nigga,
I'm shooting up the club and I ain't killing nobody.
This nigga out here shooting BBs.
I'm latex will have you sit on the edge of your bed.
I'm trying to tell you, but you know what? You know what I don't have to do? I ain't got to buy no plan B.
That is absolutely right. But have a baby by me, baby, you'd be a millionaire.
Shit, not by me. I ain't no millionaire, so she ain't gonna be a millionaire with me. I'm broke. I'm a broke ass salary employee.
Nigga, I've been broke since 2011. I don't even know what to tell y'all.
You're not broke. You just financially challenged. Broke is a mindset.
My brother, we are middle class broke in this economy. We make great money and we broke because of the way the shit is set up.
Middle what? How much? Wait a minute. How much you think I make a year?
You not that far from myself and Outlaw.
Honestly,
first of all, they already talking about you got to make 75 to 80,000 to be considered middle class. I ain't making that.
You got to make what? You said 75 to 80?
Yes.
Oh, that's really why me and Outlaw fucked up then.
In this economy.
I mean, I'm not gonna put my salary out there, but it's a really nice salary. But in this economy, as a single dad, I need help.
Outlaw.
You heard it. You heard it in your voice, brother.
Wait. Everybody. Hold on real quick. I got a quote. Y'all all seen lottery ticket, right?
Yeah, a long ass time ago.
Right.
Nigga, I'm broke. Broke. You understand me? Broke.
That man's hurting.
That man hurt. And I'm trying to be like Mike Epps on fucking All About the Minute. 15, 30, 45.
Here's the crazy part. The median household income. The median household income in the U.S. is $80,000. That's for a 2-parent household. Is $80,000.
I'm glad you know. But no, that's true, and that's unfortunate because like if the money that we was making now, we were making this money in 2011.
Boy, if I had,
my God.
I will say my salary is over 70,000. I will say that much. And
I will concur that mine is also over 70.
If I was making over 70 like I am now 10 years ago, God, fuck.
That what he said. If I was making what I was making now back when I bought my first house, I'd have paid the bitch off in 6 years.
Bro, that 10-year mortgage have been done already.
I'd have spent the remaining extra money on the renovations. And I'd have flipped that bitch into a rental property.
Yeah, this shit ghetto, bro.
That's all.
Goddamn.
This shit ghetto.
I'm
in the ghetto.
I'm still broke. So
broke is
I'm still broke.
Your pocket is though.
Listen, I'm broke for one reason and one reason only. I got kids.
I'm broke and for one reason only. I can afford the house I live in.
Oh, I can afford the house, but I can't even say I got kids no more. So I got a house. I got girls. I got a toddler and a teenager in this house. I'm a different type of broke.
I tell you this, DJ Micah B, you gonna learn real quick that being at home on the weekends is the safest thing you can fucking do for your pocket.
First of all, wait. Pause. Time out. You also got to remember, I'm at home on the weekends unless I'm DJing and making money to supplement my income. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know, because when I'm at home and I get to go DJ, I'm happy to leave my house because I'm making money.
And he spent all that supplemental income at 50-15.
I go once a month. Fuck you.
Bro,
every time I talk to this man, I'm going 50-15. Oh, okay.
I am telling you.
First of all, I go once a month. Second of all, I never pay more than $150. Let's get that straight.
I'm glad you got your phone back. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm glad you got it back.
I broke the phone. Okay, the phone got broken. It wasn't like the phone got broke. That's
at
all
least
that
was
was.
honest.
The phone got broke.
Micah don't get riled up very often, so when you do, you just gotta fuck with him.
Pick at it. You gotta pick at it.
It's like that little scab you don't want to fuck with, but when you do,
my phone broke, dog. It is what it is. That ain't had nothing to do with me paying the bills.
I will say, Micah, one thing you need to invest in for your house, get you a goddamn deep freezer. That shit gonna save your life.
I have a deep freezer already. It just ain't there yet. It's still at this house.
Oh, Micah, make sure you check on Barry after the show. Celtics won 127 to 102.
Hey, that nigga, Derek White put up some numbers. What happened?
I'm about to look because I don't.
I knew.
Oh, Derek White dropped 34 points on 7 of 13 from 3.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I'm still calling it now. The finals will be OKC and the Knicks. I'm calling it now.
Okay. The Knicks are going to win the next game. I already knew the Celtics were going to come out and play inspired.
I mean, they were at home too, so
yeah.
But I gotta say one thing that bothers the hell out of me about the Knicks that I'm like, bro, y'all paid this man this money and he is yet to show up, and it's fucking OG Anunoby, bro. Oh, that man is supposed to be y'all's number 3, and this motherfucker scores 6 points playing 38 minutes tonight. What the fuck? If OG was giving you the same thing he was giving you in Toronto, which was fucking 20 and 10, okay, they would have blew the Celtics out by 15.
Okay, so we gotta stop expecting the third option to do what Chris Bosh did. Chris Bosh is the Hall of Famer.
I'm not expecting anybody to do what Chris Bosh did, but OG Anunoby
Kevin Love is a Hall of Famer.
He was also a number 1 on a team. OG Anunoby was a number 2. on a number two who slid
I never thought OG Anunoby was a number 2. I always thought OG Anunoby was a number 3. He was only number 2 on a team because the team lacked in what the fuck they had going on. OG Anunoby is exactly what Kevin Martin was when he came to the Rockets. He put up numbers on a bad team. That's exactly what it was. It was never nothing more and never nothing less. Scotty Barnes was already a better player before OG Anunoby even left Toronto.
So I'm leaving Mulich's comment up there. So Mikal Bridges played 40 minutes tonight and gave you 9 points on 4 of 14 shooting.
Okay, well,
that's some Westbrook numbers.
That's don't do that. That's a different story.
I did it. I said it.
That's a different story.
Now, it is a different story, but I just wanted to say that because that's what Mulich's comment was, which he's not wrong. I mean, but also Cat played like shit. Cat only played 19 minutes, which already tells me he was in foul trouble. I ain't even got to look at the fouls. He played 19 minutes and he only had 4 fouls. What the fuck going on here? He was
don't do that no more. Don't do that.
I gotta watch the highlights. That shit don't make sense.
What?
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. He played 29 minutes. My bad.
Westbrook ain't been the best player on his team in 4 seasons. Don't do that.
Okay. He's still building houses though with them goddamn bricks.
That's fine. But you know what else he's doing? You know what else he's doing? He's making sure those guys get the bricks in their hands so they can lay the concrete down to seal it off. That's what he be doing.
Except for the last 2 games. Because he is Westbrook has not been now. I'm not saying I'm just saying he hasn't played up to the standard that you just laid out because he has played really well. Now, Aaron Gordon is the reason that Denver ain't got swept. First of all, because they absolutely should have gotten swept by Minnesota.
Aaron Gordon has been going bananas. Okay.
Yeah. Now at the same time, and I'm glad we got to do this because this is a great way to end the show on a really, really high positive note because I learned something about Aaron Gordon that I did not know, and I commend this man for it. Aaron Gordon lost his brother, right? Yep. Aaron Gordon took in his brother's kid and is raising his kid along with his own kid.
Yep.
And brings him on the road, brings him to interviews, and I'm like, hold on. And nobody talks about this. Like, I learned this by complete accident. I literally learned it by accident. And I'm like, yo, why are we not? So we talk about the Michael Porter's brother situation that was fucked up, but we ain't gonna talk about on the same team something that actually happened.
It don't generate headlines. It don't generate headlines because it's not a negative story.
Well, first of all, it's Denver, Colorado, and shit always happens in Denver because Kobe was there. I said what I said. Kobe. Sorry. Love you, Kobe, but you did it. And Dave Chappelle made a beautiful skit about it, and he missed the trash can.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. I don't forget shit. So I'm gonna start with old Mr. Gent down there, and give us your closing thoughts while you're down there sending beautiful, sweet text messages to apologize to your situation because of what Outlaw said earlier.
I ain't worried about
He trying to get out. He trying to get out the dog. He trying to get out the doghouse right now. Y'all don't realize when he turn off his backdrop, it's really him outside right now on the back porch.
It's kind of warm out here, you know. Mosquitoes getting bad.
Warm out today. Warm yesterday.
I'm sorry, Jen. I was just envious of your situation, man.
Don't be like me.
What did T-Pain say? A mistress, a girlfriend, or something like that? What was that? What did he say?
He said, "My girl got a girlfriend." That's what fucking T-Pain said.
My girl got a girlfriend. Chevy here like whirlwind.
Well, that too. Go on, Mr.
Another great show. It was great to see everybody finally back together. You know, y'all go ahead, hit the link tree, whatever. Where is that? We got
it's in the comments. It's in the description of the video.
It's gonna be in the description of the video. Yeah, another great show. See y'all next week. Shit.
Outlaw.
So I was late today, so I didn't get to kind of go into why my tagline is the way that it is, but it speaks for itself. Splash some water on it first. At least do that. If you know, you know. Catch y'all next week.
Go ahead.
You look appalled, DJ Malcolm. You look appalled.
No, I'm not appalled. I'm good. My closing story is going to be completely different. So, is it my turn? I'm sorry.
Yes, it's on you, brother.
Here's what it is. We are going to have a new NBA champion this year.
We are.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, Minnesota's up 3-1. I think they should win.
They're about 22 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Pacers won versus the Cavaliers. The
OKC's gonna win.
Knicks and Celtics are 3-2. I don't know if OKC is gonna win. I mean, they might be up 3-2, but I mean, the Nuggets are right there.
I'm like I said, OKC and the Knicks for the finals. That's my bet.
Okay, that's cool. I think the Nuggets are still gonna win the series, but you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and if I'm right, I'm right. I don't give a damn. This playoff seems to be very, very promising. I think the Knicks will win the next game and pull it out, and it'll be Knicks versus Pacers. And I think Timberwolves will win, and it's going to be Timberwolves versus the Thunder and not the Nuggets.
Boom.
But
That's
you
all.
know,
That was good.
But you know, I could be wrong. I could be right. You know, you just never know. But make sure I tune to the rest of the shows of the week. You got PVT tomorrow. You got me, Moolish Willie. You got Ish inside the huddle on Friday. You got Moolish and you got Mel. Monday, you got Best of the Basket. You got Willie. You got Troy. You got Boo Wop. And then, of course, right back here on Wednesday, you got all four of us. Me, GQ, Mr. Gent, the extra. No, I'm just joking. You got Outlaw. I just want. I'm trying to get a reaction out of him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get a reaction out of him. Hey, you see how he looked up slowly? Like, who the fuck is this nigga talking about?
He was texting his future ex-wife. Leave him be.
Which one?
I don't know. That's why I said your future one. Hell, I don't know which one. I just knew it was one of them.
I might start collecting ex-wives like Tyreek Hill collects baby mamas. I don't know.
God damn. That's stupidity.
My man got a.
No. But make sure y'all tune into us all week, man. Y'all already know what it is, especially here on Wednesdays. Your talk show, your favorite show, right here on From the Sidelines. Gentlemen's Talk. This is what we do. Make sure you tune in. I am out. I'm this shit to Mr. GQ. Y'all go ahead and close us out.
All right, so outstanding. Loved everybody being back in our regularly scheduled program. Like the way that Mr. Gent says it, same bad channel, same bad everything. But we here, we made it. Great show today. Had fun just chopping it up. We told y'all it was gonna be some shenanigans and tomfoolery. So if you didn't read the headline before you timed in, you learned. Sometimes we just be on some shit, and today we was on some shit. I left Mooley just comment up for a reason, because there was some in some baseball controversy today, but I did not want to bring it up on the show because I just knew that Mooley and them was gonna talk about it tomorrow. So I'm gonna let that be where it lay. They're gonna take care of that tomorrow. They probably not gonna wear no shoes because they're gonna be shoeless. That's my little pun. I'm gonna let y'all lead off with that. If you don't catch the reference, you don't watch enough baseball. They got a backlash show going on because there's a lot of shit going on with WWE, lots of layers. We have a huge NXT pay-per-view coming up called Battleground. So that shit's going to be wild. NBA playoffs is still rocking. The NFL schedule release is out. So all of my fantasy football folks, get your drafting together. We are in rookie mini camps. Get your teams together. My dynasty leaguers, keep doing what you're doing. Also, Mooley's want to leave a special message here. So he said they got a special guest coming on Friday and y'all don't want to miss it. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to tune in anyway because I like to see what the fuck going on from afar. Chat, we love y'all, man. Y'all always keep us rocking and rolling. Y'all always give us a good old time. If you are not following us on our resident socials, by all means, take a look at that link tree in the description of the video tonight on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channels. It's right there. Appreciate Mr. Jim for making that for us. That's going to link you up to the TikTok, to the IG, to the everything that you need and get all things From the Sidelines and Gentlemen's Talk. And as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we are out.
Motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it.